And away we go.
All right, cool. So, how was your day?
My day has been alright, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. My day kind of just got started. I just woke up like an hour ago.
Alright then.
Yeah, it's like I couldn't sleep last night. I got a little distracted. Plus, yeah, I just generally could not sleep last night. But yeah, my day pretty much just got started. Yeah. What else? What is in the news today?
Alright, I saw a news article that Mattel is apologizing for having the Wicked movie dolls being connected to some kind of porn site. That's what I've heard roughly.
Yeah, I have heard of that. I have heard of that actually, where it's like the wicked, because I have heard of some dolls being connected to a porn site, and I'm like, yeah, they did that on purpose. I don't know why they did it, but they did it. They clearly did it on purpose, and they clearly didn't believe that the parents would realize it. But hey, I'm really glad that the parents did realize it. I am glad that the parents did realize it because why would you have wicked? I mean, they're called wicked dolls, first off. So I mean, they're clearly gonna have some wicked intent, like towards these kids. But other than that, it's like why would you have dolls connected to a porn site? They're really trying to get people addicted to porn.
Yeah. Any publicity is good publicity, even if it's bad. It has some benefits.
No, that's terrible publicity. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, that's the point. Terrible publicity is somehow beneficial so long as it is utilized properly, but they're not going to utilize it properly because they haven't thought about the end goal. They're not thinking about long term. This is going to be very damaging
I
if
mean,
they don't do something about it.
other publicity, sure, but like when you're connecting a porn site to kids dolls, that's just weird.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, it's just weird. I mean, was it a specific video that they were trying to have the kids watch, or was it just the general site?
It's just general.
Not gonna lie. I believe if the United States just banned porn, that would force people to that would pretty much force people to do something else with their time. I don't know, just do something, or if you don't like the porn ban, it's like then go to another country. That would actually force the like porn stars who are in this country to go to another country so that they can continue their porn. Like I don't know, Canada.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't hate Canada, but I'm saying it's like hey, if some Kamala supporters can go to Canada, porn stars can go to Canada, and that would be Canada's, and that would pretty much be Canada's problem, or any other country's problem, just whichever one promotes porn.
yeah, very true.
Yeah, I mean, but no, but yeah, any
That is not a good move.
any publicity is good publicity. I'm saying in terms when it comes to the kids, it's like that isn't good. That is that is not good at all. Not even remotely good. I mean, especially if you're putting it on a kid's doll. I mean, that's just weird and terrible. Like, what kind of like whose sick idea was it to do that?
Some weird individuals that are just nasty.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah. And speaking of Kamala, and speaking of Kamala voters, I actually saw a video where two Kamala voters were actually committed to moving to Canada. They legitimately moved to Canada, and I'm like, cool, okay.
Okay,
It's like
yeah,
at least they said what they meant. I mean, because there was a bunch of people who said I'm gonna move to Canada, and I'm like,
and they just didn't.
yeah, they did not, because it's like, bro, they know how great the United States is, and plus, it's a hassle to move. No one is trying to
Exactly.
no one is trying to do that. So it's like as much as people complain about this country, they also know it's a hassle to move away from this country, and a hassle to move in general. So they're gonna stay. They're going to deal with whichever president there is in office right now. They're gonna sit there and deal with it like good boys and good girls, because it's like at the end of the day, they ain't going nowhere. It'd be
Very
great.
true.
It'd be great if they can stick to their word, but they're not going to, because they either see the benefits in this country, or they just don't want to do it because it's a hassle.
Exactly.
But yeah, all I'm gonna say is this: yeah, if anybody wants to move, then they can move. Doesn't matter. I'm not saying it's not hard to move, but it is. But like just move if you want to. But at the end of the day, it's like just don't. But if you're not, but if you're gonna complain and not move, then you better not be complaining for complaining.
Yeah.
So far, but so far, like I assume, but I assume also like with Risk being concerned that Trump was not active on Twitter. I think he's more active on Truth Social, and that hashtag thing that we put numbers next to, right?
Yeah.
Trump posted that for 17 minutes on Truth Social, and then he deleted it. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, it's like I assume he's just active on his own platform, and
Yes.
he's just kind of I assume he was just using Twitter because, well, I mean, that's where most of his fan base is at. But anyways, what's in the news?
Let's see.
Oh yeah, I've actually been like looking up like lesser known political parties because I was just bored, and I found a few. Most of them are either discontinued or just or are literally started somewhere in 2012 or 2011 or just somewhere in the early tens and are just probably picking up steam now because of the election. Yeah, still not popular, but they're kind of picking up steam a bit.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. What else in it?
Alright. Climate fight is bigger than one election, says US climate envoy John Podesta after Donald Trump's election win.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Climate fight is bigger than one election, says US climate envoy John Podesta after Donald Trump's election win.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've definitely heard of that too. What do you think about it?
Well, I will say one thing. What's going to happen in the next 4 years is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Not many people are going to like it. Well, there will be some that will. However, well, we're yet to find out.
Yeah. I'll say this. Like the next 4 years is definitely going to be interesting. If Trump does not get impeached in like either the last year of his term or in 3 years of his term. The next 4 years are definitely going to be interesting. I definitely hope that they don't try to assassinate Trump again. I don't know. They could probably put something in his food or something. I don't know. The point is, it's like I hope nothing happens to Trump because look. You could feel any way you want about him, but at the end of the day, I don't want him to die. Just like I wouldn't want Kamala Harris to die either from assassination.
Exactly.
So it's like, it's like, look, so I would say, yeah, the next 4 years are bound to be interesting. They're bound to be, definitely worth paying attention to because, well, Trump is an interesting guy. And yeah, so I gotta assume that he's gonna definitely have some interesting things in store and some logical things in store, like closing the border finally.
Mm-hmm.
Because not gonna lie, I'm tired of seeing all these immigrants here that do not have any birth rights here or any green cards at all. Actually, I'm tired of seeing them here. Not that I don't want them to be here, but it's like, bro, it's like if you're gonna be here, don't be.
What is your purpose?
What is your purpose? Yeah, like you don't like they don't have any purpose. They don't have any purpose for being here. They're just here because they're either bored of their country or it's just like they're just here. Like
Yeah.
none of them like half of them aren't working. Half of them are half of them aren't working. Half of them are homeless. So it's like I don't know. It's like if you don't have a plan, you definitely don't need to be in another country. Like if you're homeless in your country, you don't like if you're homeless in your country or if you had a home in your country, you should definitely not be moving to another country just to sit on the street with your kids. Like why would you bring your kids into this?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, unless you had a plan coming here with your kids to provide them with a better life, that's one thing. But it's like, bro, if you're just gonna sit on the street and beg for money and sell candy, which is what most Spanish immigrants do in the United States, or sell fruit, which is also what they do in the United States, then it's like I don't know, bro. Go back to your other country. Like maybe your conditions were a little bit better, and on top of that, they don't know English. Some of them know a little English, but they don't know that much English to the point where it's like there was this one lady I don't know what she was asking for because she spoke Spanish. I assume she was asking for money. And I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to learn You're gonna have to learn English if you want to be here. It's like maybe go back to your other country where they can actually understand you. But I couldn't understand a word she was saying.
Good point.
Yeah, but it's like I'm like even that's like just like I'd have to learn at least some of the language if I were to move to another country. If I were to move to another country, which I'm gonna be honest, the most I'd probably do is visit it. But I don't think I can. I don't think I would want to learn another language. It's not the fact that I would have a problem speaking it. It's more of understanding. I'd have a problem understanding it because I'm pretty sure I can. Because I think I can. I'm pretty sure I can learn. I can learn the language. It's just that like I would have trouble understanding exactly what another person is saying. But that's just me though,
True.
because it's like I would be speaking a language that I don't even understand. But anyways, yeah, it's like for the most part, yeah, I like that. I like that part of what Trump is doing, and yeah, the legal people, they're cool. They can stay. I mean, like but I believe like at this point, the United States of America wouldn't be the United States of America without diversity of people. It really wouldn't. So it's like I can't be naive and say that I want this country to be an only black country or an only white country. That would be a little delusional because it's like it's never gonna happen. It's like most people who are of a different races pretty much at this point they're American. It's like even if their parents like immigrated here, the people of like different like races who were born here, they're American. They know like like proper English. They know what the American lifestyle is like. So it's like whether people want to admit it or not, they are American. Yeah, they might be Asian, Latina, African, anything like that, or I don't know, from Europe or Germany. But at the end of the day, if they were born here and they were raised in America, they're American. They really have no other allegiance with another country but this country. And if they want to go back to the country that their ancestors or like parents came from, then like shoot, they can get a visa and go there. But other than that, they're pretty much American at this point. Especially with their English, especially with their English and like their even with the accents and all. As long as you know the English, it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what makes America America.
it
So
sure does.
yeah, it's like so when people say like when people want to like want their specific race to take credit for it, I'm like, okay, but like I mean, you needed immigrants to like build specific things. It's like that's why you brought them in here. That's why you brought them here to begin with. So it just is what it is, bro. The United States of America would not be a thing without like each group. Even if it started with one, even if it started with one group, you got help from another group, so that you can build this country.
Oh yes.
But yeah, pretty much that's just about it. Is there anything else in the news?
Microsoft create AI generated St. Peter's Basilica to allow virtual visits.
Virtual visits,
Yes.
like with a headset on or like through a phone.
Well, the digital model, they say, has already revealed structural damage, allowing for faster preservation efforts. So the reason they're doing this is because uh, there's issue with preserving the building. The project uses 400,000 high-resolution images collected over 4 weeks for interactive virtual experience.
Do they still have to pay for it? Because if it's just a virtual visit, what's the point of paying?
I don't think they have to pay. Why? I mean, other than getting funds well, to pay for the congregation, what's the need to pay?
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's true. But anyways, I think it's kind of stupid this whole virtual thing. It's like, bro, it's like I don't know, because it's not the real thing. It's like having a virtual girlfriend, bro. It's like it's not the real thing. You know what I heard a couple weeks ago?
What?
I heard that there was this one guy. I heard that there was this one guy who fell in love with an AI, and then he said, I want. and then he killed himself for it because he wanted to be with her.
What?
That's what I heard a couple weeks ago. I forgot the guy's name, but like, yeah, it's like, bro, it's like this virtual stuff is going too far. It's like, bro, people are taking it way too literally, and it's like it's just stupid, bro. It's like
How
it's
does
not.
that even work?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he was bad with girls, and it's like that was the only like interaction with a girl that he's ever had. But that's just yeah, it's like people were making fun of him for it because like, and I wasn't gonna make fun of him for it, but at the same time, I can acknowledge how stupid that is. I can acknowledge how stupid that is. That's how stupid that sounds, and how stupid that was, because like a guy legitimately killed himself because he was so in love with an AI, and he said I want to be with you, that he killed himself, thinking that he was gonna be with her. And I'm like, really? That's just sad. That is pretty sad. It's like, I mean, like, look, man, I know it's hard to talk to women, but it's like, geez, man, it's like at least take that chance. It's like, I mean, even if you're sad about rejection, it's like, bro, take that chance. It's better to get rejected by a real girl than loved by a virtual girl. I mean, besides, it builds character. Builds
It
character.
does.
It really does build a character, and it allows you to build an endurance to rejection and handle it better in the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much what I heard. So like that's why I really don't like this virtual stuff, because like it's just stupid. Other than video games, it's like, bro, other than video games, not virtual video games, just regular video games. It's just really stupid, this whole virtual thing. I mean, it's like, bro, I'm not taking a virtual visit to a real place. I'm not taking a virtual visit to anywhere, because it's like it's just not the real thing. If I'm not interested in going to the real thing, why would I be? Why
Why
would I?
bother with a virtual visit?
Exactly. But I guess some people are interested in going to the real thing, but they cannot make it, so they go to the virtual thing. And it's convenient, but I don't see the point. You're not leaving your house. I mean, shoot, even Finn and Jake, man, it's like they went on physical adventures. Imagine if the whole show consisted of them going on a virtual adventure. It's virtual adventure time.
That is so boring.
Like, imagine if they were just in their house all day, like, hey, Jake, you want to go on another adventure? And he's like, oh,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, man. And then they put on their virtual helmets.
Wow, that'd be so sad.
It would, because like, how is that? Because how are you gonna animate? How are you gonna animate like the show? Like animate that version of the show, and then just have them go on a virtual adventure. And also, like, now it's one thing if the show started out with like deluding people into believing that they were on real adventures, just to have them. Actually, no. If it had a deeper meaning behind it, and they broke out of that virtual world, and then like all, and then it like came down to an epic battle where it's like they're fighting like the overlord who like put them in that virtual world, and then like from there on in that they go on adventures, or just
Oh, that'll be a pretty good series.
yeah, no, that'd be an awesome series. It's like pretty much. I feel like it'd be kind of like the Matrix in a way, where it's like it's like they're in a virtual world, and it's like they try to break out and everything. That would be an awesome series. It's like it's one thing if us, the viewers, didn't realize that they were in a virtual world at first, and then like they drop hints that they are in a virtual world, but like the main characters still don't know it, and then they eventually break out of it, and then they go and then they go on this epic adventure, this real epic adventure, where they're trying to find the person who put them there, who put the human race there, or who put like just general the general like people there of Adventure Time, in that virtual world, and it'll probably take a few seasons to get there, probably 1 or 2 seasons to get there. They stop along the way, like do side quests and all that stuff. So the series just doesn't end like quick as possible. And then yeah, they fight the guy, and then after that, it either ends or they continue it. I think that'd be a great series, for the most part. But if it's just something that consists, you just like saying, hey Jake, want to go on an adventure, then you say, oh yeah, and he says, oh yeah, man, just go in the virtual world all the time. And I'm like, what, really? It's like this, like and on top of that, if he got the girl in the virtual world, and he's like, oh yeah, I got Princess Bubblegum in the virtual world, yeah, and I'm dating Flame Princess. That'd be sad.
Yeah.
I mean, what happened to adventure? What happened to like going out in the real world? Now granted, I stay inside. but I still see the bed. Like not all the time though, but I prefer staying inside just because I'm not much of an outside person. But when I go outside, it's like I see the benefit in at least going to the real place
Yeah.
because it's like it's like because it's like I don't know, it's an adventure. Plus you're getting out of your comfort zone and like going somewhere new. If you just go somewhere virtual, bro, you can just like maybe be like, all right, I'm bored of this trip, and then like just eat a burger or some soup or anything on your bed. Actually, you could probably do that while in the virtual world. Just like sit on your bed and just walk in the virtual world. Be like, man, this is pretty cool. While you're sitting in your boxers, just doing nothing.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, nah, that's just my opinion. What do you think about it?
Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah,
It is something, all right.
yeah. But anyways, what else in the news?
New research prompts rethink on chances of life on Uranus moons.
I'm sorry, life on Uranus moons.
Yes, the planet and its moons that surrounds it.
I still wonder, can we even get to that planet?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think I really still wonder that because it's like we can't have that conversation unless we know if we can actually make it to the moon, unless we can actually make it to the planet of Uranus. Matter of fact, now that I think about it, why would they name a planet Uranus?
I have no idea.
Is this some sick joke?
I'd just call it Uranus.
I mean, like, because think about it. Do we really even know if these planets exist? Like, for real, for real. Like, outside.
Well,
I know the moon exists because I can see it in the
yeah.
sky. But it's like, do we even know that these planets actually exist? Because it's like, here's the thing. I believe that there's a huge firmament over the earth that we cannot penetrate or get past. And I think there was a video where Elon Musk launched a ship and then it failed when it hit the firmament of our world. So the real question is, can we get past that firmament? Are we even capable of getting past the firmament at all when it comes to like this entire thing? Because it's like, I believe stars exist. Because
Yeah.
I see stars in different places. I don't see them in New York, but I see them in different places. But it's like it's like these planets. It's like I question it. I do question if they exist. If they do exist, then fine. But if they don't exist, then like it's just is what it is. At the end of the day, either way, it's like it won't really change anything of me. It won't really change anything. Like, do these exist, or like are these just planets that they put in our history books so that, like we can learn about them, etc. And they probably just said, you know what, we're gonna name a planet Uranus because we just want to be funny. We just want to see how dumb people are.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like But let's speak in the context like that they do exist. Let's speak in the context that they do exist, which you know they might exist. I just haven't seen them, but they might exist. But just is what it is. So what do you think?
Well, I know I've heard so much research and exploration from space agencies and organizations going beyond planets, saying there's possibly life on other planets that's outside the solar system. But of course, we're yet to find out, because even though there have been a few handful of people going out to space and traveling to where they believe they have been to, yet we never hear much about their experiences, nor is there any access to actually go out of space to begin with. However, it is early days in terms of space exploration. If it is possible that if all of us can actually travel to other planets and make new life and civilization on those planets, then I'd be on board with that. But otherwise, we all have to keep pushing forward to say, is this real? What's the proof? And what do we need to do to get there?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've been hearing like I'm pretty sure like there was this one time. Yeah, exactly. For one, let me just start off by saying this. You're absolutely right. We only heard it from a handful of people who have actually, quote unquote, been to space. But it's like, we haven't really heard much about their experiences and whatnot. And like, them being in space. Matter of fact, how many people have really been to space?
Say at least a couple hundred.
A couple hundred.
Yeah, and this is mainly talking about people who've been working in the International Space Station.
Mm. Okay. What do these people know that we do not? Because I don't even believe that, like, people are even going into space. I believe that it's just simply a title that people get honored for. But, they don't really go, they don't really actually go to space. They're saying, oh, you're a hero. What am I a hero for? Exactly. What am I doing in that space, in that place exactly? Because I'm not going to space. I'm probably just sitting there monitoring space or monitoring, like, monitoring it, but like I'm not really going to space. What am I a hero for? Watching out for astronauts? Sorry, for like not astronauts. Watching out for like meteors?
Yeah, because whenever people go to space, there has to be a goal. Like, like with Elon Musk's SpaceX, he's trying to launch a rocket into outer space, but do it in the most sustainably efficient way possible, like reusing the same rocket parts that just comes back without having to go out to sea and find these said parts. That's the closest we have gotten so far in terms of space exploration. And not even we know about what if there are people on these rockets, let alone any experiences about what it's like going those rockets, going out to space and seeing the vast emptiness of the universe. And Eric is having connection issues. He'll be back eventually. Just gotta give it a few minutes. Although it is very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, sorry. I got a call. Not really important. Hung up.
Okay.
Anyway, so what were you saying before?
Well, all I'm saying is, in terms of Elon Musk's SpaceX, the plan to have reusable rocket launching parts just come back without having to go out to sea and search them in the sea and bring them back. That's the best we've gotten, the closest we got to in terms of space exploration. We don't know if these people are in these rockets, let alone any experiences of going out to space and seeing the vast emptiness of the universe.
Yeah, I 100%. I definitely 100% agree. It's like we have not really gotten much of anything or anywhere. It's like that. What you said is the closest that we've gotten, like so far. And I just wonder. I'm just wondering at times. It's like is that like is space? Hmm. I believe there's something outside of the firmament that's real. But the real question is, can we get outside the firmament? And the answer is, so far, it's a resounding no. I believe there's something outside of this, like outside of this world that we cannot access because of how strong the firmament around this world is. And that begs the question:
Yeah,
what does the actual outside of this world, the Earth, look like, or is it just simply a depiction? Is the Earth real? Is the depiction of the Earth real, or is it just simply a depiction on what we believe it is? But actually, I'm not going to go that far. I will say that the Earth that is drawn, that is given to us, is real. I'm not going to go that far. But yeah, it's like for the most part, I do question if those plan. I do question if those plan if we can actually access outer space, or were they just lying to us the entire time and they gave us a depiction of outer space that we should learn in school about.
yeah.
But yeah, is there anything else in the news?
Samsung developing driver eyeglasses to shave seconds off deliveries.
Wait, what? Eyeglasses?
Yes, Amazon is developing driver glasses to shave off seconds from deliveries.
I'm sorry, driver glasses?
Yes, driver
Glasses?
glasses
Glasses that
for
help.
driving.
How?
I don't even I know what's going on with.
I'm sorry. How lazy can you be?
I have no idea.
I'm sorry, man. It's like okay, no. I can see how that can benefit the disabled.
Good point. Yes.
Okay. Like the rare people who don't have any arms or legs. I can see how that benefits them. But bro, if you're just sitting in a car and you're just kicking it,
At
then
least
you're
just doing nothing.
yeah, just doing nothing. That's just sad. But I'm gonna
Come on, man. You're better than this.
exactly. You're way better than this, bro. Just steer the wheel. Now it's okay. I would say if you're gonna use them, keep them for like emergencies that you wait, like if you actually have to get off the wheel for a second. Like I don't know. I wouldn't suggest doing it while eating, but I'm saying like if you have to like do another matter real quick that's in the back of your seat, then do that. But I would mainly just save that for like disabled people, which I don't think our Earth necessarily like consists of like many. I would say like disabled people who legitimately can't drive themselves. But that wouldn't make them money, now would it? Yeah, so that's why they're gonna sell it to everybody because like most people are intrinsically lazy, and I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, you can't steer a wheel, step on the gas, nothing. Like, bro, you just pretty much at that point just take away the entire wheel. It's like just take away the entire wheel in general, bro, because like you have glasses.
Yes, they're gonna give you all the navigation. Just go with it.
Exactly. I mean, now unless these glasses were intelligently telling you, like unless these glasses were like a GPS, if your car didn't have a GPS, it's like saying go this way, go that way, etc. Then fine, maybe.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. But like if you're developing glasses that legitimately helps you drive, I'm like, bro, if you don't put your hand on that wheel, if you don't steer the like that car wheel, like to like to my destination, it's like, come on now, that's just lazy. Come on,
Yeah.
glasses.
Don't be like that.
Yeah, don't be like that whatsoever, man. It's like, come on, really. It's like you're gonna wear glasses just to. You don't even need a car. You know what? You don't even need a car at that point. If you're just gonna buy a car, get excited about it, but ultimately not drive it yourself. Why do you think like 16-year-olds get excited about like driving a car once they get a car from their parents? Why do you think teenagers get excited about that? Because it's like it's yeah, it's one step closer to freedom, but also it's just the idea of driving a car is cool.
Yeah.
So it's like the very fact you try to replace that with laziness with glasses, it's just sad. It's a cop out. It's a cop out.
Indeed.
You don't need a car then. I would say if you are gonna get those glasses, save them for very, very special occasions. Like I don't know. I would say if you have a family, maybe, and like your family is you guys are like in the middle of something while in the car, and like you just can't focus, so you put on the glasses, and so you can focus on them while the glasses are driving you guys. But at the same time, that's also dangerous because well, it's like you have a family in there, and the glasses can easily malfunction, and like can kind of stir up a bad day, or if not worse, it could kill you all in the process. God forbid. God forbid. Yeah, it's like it can just cause trouble. So I was like, I would not put my faith in all the technology that they're making because it can easily either turn on you in an instance, or it could just like not work out at all the way you wanted it to work out. I personally believe that like some old ways just need to stay untouched, and one of those old ways is to like just driving a car. It's like
Yeah.
it's like it's already amazing enough that we've developed cars. I mean, like shoot, I mean, it's not like the horse and buggy days, although that does sound nice. Less advanced, but it sounds nice. Riding a horse everywhere. Shoot, a preacher named Billy Graham was that old. He's like he lived in the horse and buggy days. I'm like, dang, he was that old. He would have been 100 and something today if he was still alive. Because
Yeah.
I think he died at 99 years. I think he died somewhere in 2018 at 99 years old. I'm like, dang, he was old.
Well, he lived a very long life.
Yeah, it's like I'm like, dang, I hope I can live that long of a life. If not longer than that. But yeah, it's like I'm like, man, do we need to bring back the horse and buggy days so that we can humble people, so that we can say like, okay, this is how we're gonna travel. Plus, less gas. Or
Yeah, that's a good idea. Because the thing is, if people are gonna think, oh, I'm gonna get a driverless car and get around without having to do anything, And then someone pulls up in a horse carriage. Hey, I'm in a mode of transportation. I have control. What you're in may turn on you, because if you do anything wrong, you're screwed.
Look, the glasses are kind of the epitome of riding a horse. I mean, like you're able to control it, but the only flaw is like with the glasses. Actually, no. What horses and what horses in these new glasses might have in common is that if something wrong happens, it'll freak out. It'll freak out on you.
Yeah,
I mean, at least with a horse, it's like you'll kind of see it coming. But with these glasses, you won't see it coming. Like, shoot, we
yeah,
might as well go back to riding horses. We might as well go back to riding buggies, man. We might as well go back to those old ways because it's like we're being lazy. So it's like, man, it's like we either stick with the cars that we have or we just go back to riding horses completely. I'm pretty sure in some countries
indeed.
they still do that actually.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's like it's like at least with a horse you'll kind of see it coming as well. It's physically right there with you, so it's like don't do anything wrong, don't step on its nothing, and then you'll be good. You pretty much don't get it upset, then you'll be good, or don't freak it out, then you'll be good. But glasses you won't even be able to. It's not that. It's like, bro, it's like they might malfunction on you, and then you might crash, and then you might crash and burn, and then that's a recipe for a bad day. But
good point.
yeah. What else in the news?
UN warns that toxic smog in Pakistan's Punjab province is endangering children.
Wait, urine?
No, the UN warns that toxic smog in Pakistan's Punjab province is endangering children.
Huh. So its Punjab problem is endangering children. How so?
Okay, alright, so United Nations has warned that highly polluted air in Pakistan's most populous province, Punjab, is posing severe risks to people, including, good grief, hold on a minute, including more than 11 million children under the age of 5. Punjab authorities have banned most outdoor activities and told some shops to shut early as smog-induced illnesses soar. Schools have also been closed to protect children. So, yeah, this is quite serious, what's going on right now. 5 hours later.
Sorry, someone was knocking on the door and like they wanted to give my mom some oil and incense.
Okay,
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, like for the most part I do agree. I do agree with what you said. Yeah, just like just say the last part you said one more time because
alright, so Punjab authorities have banned most outdoor activities and told some shops to shut early as smog-induced illnesses soar. Schools have also been closed to protect children.
all right. I mean, I'll say this, for the most part, if it's to protect the children, then if it's to keep the children safe, then I'm all for it. I barely know what's going on there, but if it's dangerous to to the children's health and to the children's just well being, then I support just protecting the children for the most part, and as long as they're not, as long as it's nothing like the pandemic, as long as people are not trying to weaken their mind to control them in order to gain power, then shoot, I say just do what you got to do. Yeah, pretty much do what you have to do for the most part in order to protect your people, your children, and your future. But
Absolutely.
yeah, well, what else in the news?
Well, the MTV European Music Awards just took place in my hometown, or at least home city, because it's massive.
Okay, what about it?
Alright, so Taylor Swift won 4 awards at the 2024 MTV EMAs, including Best Artist and Best Video for Fortnite,
Of course you did.
featuring Post Malone.
Of course you did.
Rita Ora hosting the show for the 3rd time, honoring Liam Payne, saying he had the biggest heart and he left such a mark on this world.
I'm sorry, bro. Nothing against Liam Payne, but did people even care about Liam Payne before he died?
That's a good question.
I mean, bro, people knew. I didn't know this, but people knew Liam Payne's problems, yet they did not care. Now that all of a sudden that he died, and it's now people care.
Yeah,
I mean, rest in peace to Liam Payne, and hopefully his soul is rest. Well, hopefully his soul is resting in peace. May he, but I'm just gonna say, may he rest in peace.
Yeah,
It's like, it's like, did people really care about Liam Payne? I mean, like, most people were talking about Harry Styles for the most part because
yeah, and Harry Styles was the biggest of the bunch. It was the most notable of the bunch.
exactly. I mean, like, people are just like, posting these videos, like, with Liam Payne in it, and it's like, I'm pretty sure Liam Payne wasn't even the cent. I'll be honest. I like his last name though, Payne.
Yeah,
He has a great he has a unique last name. I like the Payne with a Y in it. Is that his actual
yeah,
last name?
yeah. It is an actual last name.
That is an amazing last name. I will say that, Liam Payne. Like the name Liam just goes with the last name Payne. Like, Mr. Payne, may you come here real quick? He has a great last name. I'll get yeah. That's an
Yeah,
amazing last name. I like it.
absolutely.
But it's like, yeah, like, I'll be honest. I don't think most people cared about him.
Yeah, other than a few handful of hardcore One Direction fans that
Yeah,
have followed him and other band members' careers as our solo artists.
exactly.
Not many people are aware of what happened to him. And the thing is, he's not just a famous artist from a very famous pop boy band. He has a family, and he has a 7-year-old son that is going to look at this and say, why? Why is this happening to him? Why are people saying this stuff about him? Like, there's so much going on. And of course, another thing, I've seen that when he was on Graham Norton's show in 2017, he was talking about his experiences being at a party meeting with P Diddy, and
Yeesh.
it's it, yeah, he was being honest, and met, when he name dropped one of the people that was at the party, I think one of the other guests, well, I think it was David Williams, he tried to change the subject because I think he knew and everyone else that was involved knew that how big of a deal that if any of this got out, it would be disastrous because we all know how bad the situation in general is revolving around P Diddy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, like, what did Liam say about his experience? Was he uncomfortable, or, like, what happened?
Okay, so you can look this up yourself on YouTube, Graham Norton Show, 2017. Roughly, from the top of my head, Liam Payne tried to approach P Diddy. Upon first impressions, P Diddy went ha 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 ha, kind of like an evil laugh, something like that. And I'm not sure who else. I'm not sure who exactly was telling him not to talk to that you're not supposed to be talking to P Diddy, but someone did say you're not allowed supposed to talk to P Diddy, and then he also said that he was going to push back and forth between different security guards. So
Got
that was, yeah,
got you. Okay, I understand. They were fully aware that, like, because with these Diddy parties, bro, they probably got penetrated. They probably got penetrated consensually by Diddy, and they don't want people to know that, or they were just doing some other wild stuff there that they don't want people to know about. And it's like LeBron said, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party." He said, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party." So he's clearly been to all of the Diddy parties, man. Like,
yeah, that says a lot.
extremely weird, but I mean, like, hey, he's just audio now. He's just like,
He
he's just
knows from experience.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, that I'm pretty sure that's even his audio from that live stream is just made into a song now, and yeah, he's just digital footprint now, and now he's just doing basketball as if he didn't say that at all, whatsoever, at all. But yeah, it's like the Diddy parties, man. It's like, John, man, what would you do if you were invited to a Diddy party if you didn't know everything that you know now?
Well, this is going to be quite a stretch, but I've seen worse days, so doesn't matter all that much.
Mm,
I would say yes. However, on the night, I just wouldn't go.
okay, I'll be honest. I probably
Because the thing is,
yeah.
you're never gonna know how big a party it is revolving around P Diddy's. Like, I think people who are even gonna be considering or even wanting to go to that party, there's gonna be so much people. They're gonna be too busy socializing with other people that actually are at the parties. It's not really that big of a deal to say that you want to go to the party only for you to not go at all.
I mean, but hey, Cat Williams said like you gotta tell Diddy no. You gotta tell him no because it's like yeah, he'll probably persist, and you gotta tell the guy no. You say, hey, no, man, I want to hang out with you. I don't want to go to your party. I don't want to go to your party. If you know who if you probably knew who P Diddy was as a person, you'd probably say no. But if he was like seeing like that he was interested in you in that way, and you weren't interested in that way at all, you'd probably say no. If you were interested, if anyone was interested in that way, they'd probably say yes and like join them. And if it look, it's the one thing if like it's if it's dude on dude, then and if you enjoy that, then I wouldn't see a reason for you to be ashamed to go into that party. But if it involved like underage people, then yeah, I could see why you would try to hide those tapes. Then
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I mean like it's like if it was just a gay orgy, actually no, if you're straight and it was a gay orgy party, then I can see why you wouldn't want people to like. Then I can see why you wouldn't want people to see that, because it's like you being straight and you just doing all that stuff just to get more famous and to get that feature. I'd be ashamed of that. I'd be ashamed of that too if I was straight. If I was straight, well, being straight, I'd be ashamed to do it that I did that too. But at the
But
same time, so much weight would come off your shoulders if you were just honest. Be like, all right, yeah, don't get me wrong, you'd get clowned for it if you're straight, you'd get clowned for it. You would, but the weight of that will be off your shoulders.
absolutely.
Or if someone were to share those tapes and be like, and if you were cool with it happening, be like, you know what, just let it happen. Then look, okay, you'll get clowned for it for the rest of your life. You will, but at least but at least you can acknowledge that you made a mistake in doing that, and you know that you're not into that, and you'll never do it again. If it's like if it's just if it like but if you're just gay, you shouldn't be ashamed to go into that party, unless you know deep down that that was wrong. But but if it involves kids, then yeah, no, you should feel shame for going to that party. You should feel shame for like doing the things that you did at that party.
Exactly.
And it's like yeah, it's like all I know is that there was a bunch of baby oil. There's a lot of memes on the whole baby oil thing.
Goodness gracious.
It's just,
Good grief.
it's just sick.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff people think about baby oil. Okay.
What would he even be used for? Not even I would know.
Probably to lube up his. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, let's not get into that one.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move.
Yeah, leave it at that.
Yeah, let's move on. What's in the news?
Yes. Yeah, so California air regulators approve controversial standards that could affect gas prices.
Ah, jeez. What is it?
California regulators have approved plans to strengthen the state's carbon reduction standards, a move that opponents fear could drive up gasoline prices.
Now, Matt. Now, people. Now, I'm not gonna lie. If people were mad that gas prices were high under under like Biden and Kamala, imagine the gas prices under Trump. I actually wouldn't know, and I don't have to worry about it either because I don't have a car. But still, for the people who do have cars, if the gas prices go up, that's yikes. That's just that is sad. And for the most part, man, it's like I hope the gas prices don't go up. I hope they go down. Honestly, shoot, imagine if gas was like 25 cents.
Yeah. Then again, this is California, so firstly, I'm not surprised, and secondly, even if they do go ahead, it would only affect the state as a whole. Like, not all, the thing is, states have different laws that only applies to that state, so they're not going to be affected all that much anyway.
Oh, okay. So noted. Don't move to California then.
Yes, ever.
Okay. All right. What else in the news?
FTX sues Binance and its former CEO for $1.8 billion.
He sues?
FTX sues crypto exchange Binance and its former CEO, Zhao, for $1.8 billion.
Why'd they sue? Why'd they sue? What did they do?
FTX is suing Binance and its former CEO, claiming funds were fraudulently transferred by FTX management to Binance and its executives.
Wow, that's definitely strange. That's definitely a strange, case to hear.
It is,
So
yes.
I really don't know who to believe. But hey, the truth will prevail. Eventually, whoever is in the right will get what they want, and whoever's in the wrong will get what they deserve. It's as simple as that.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Well, I will say this. Although cryptocurrency as a whole has its advantages in terms of decentralization and financial freedom, as it stands now, because if you all know about domestic national currencies and the control that they have. Although, on the other hand, there are going to be people that will use the space as a way of scamming individuals and try and make a buck out of it. But of course, there's a thing called the blockchain, which is a public record of all transactions, of all cryptocurrencies. And I understand there will be people that are going to be skeptical that all of your information is going to be public about where you spend and who you're spending it to, but it's like that for a reason. I mean, you can hear from whatever people are talking about their economic stances and what's going on with the digital euro, if you know, you know, and yeah, they too have concerns about the digital euro since it's controlled by, and not many Europeans are liking that. So, I mean, yeah, it's just finances in general is very complicated. It is very, very sensitive, a bit touchy as well, because if you're not smart with your finances, you're going to go in the red, and you're pretty much in the mud.
Yeah, I 100% agree. If you're not smart with your finances, if you're not smart in general, everything is just gonna go downhill for you. And you just gotta be careful for the most part. In terms of what you do and how you do it, and then you'll prevail. You'll prevail pretty much. And for the most part, yeah, you'll be fine if you're just careful. But
It, yeah.
yeah. But in other news, I've heard.
Other news.
Yeah,
Go on.
I just remembered because I saw this on Twitter. Jake
Yes.
Paul and Mike Tyson are gonna fight I think this month.
Well, it's about time. Why not? Why haven't they got to that yet?
I don't know. I don't know.
Enough of this waiting, man. Just get it done.
Yeah, it's just get it done. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I semi forgot about that until or I actually know. I don't think I even forgot about it. I just didn't care because it's I just did not care
Yeah, neither did I.
because it's I don't know. It was supposed to happen earlier, but it didn't because complications with Mike Tyson, being older. But it's Jake, just lose. So I don't get me wrong, I'll still watch the clips and all that stuff. But it's Jake, either win or lose. If he wins, it'd be great. If he lose, no shame at all because he lost to Mike Tyson. But yeah, in other news from you,
Alright, in other news, in Japan, Shigeru Ishiba wins new term as Prime Minister in Parliament runoff.
are their populations still declining?
I assume it still is, although I haven't heard how bad it's gotten. I assume the rates of decline is still the same.
Because I'm not gonna lie, how are you gonna be a good prime minister if you're gonna let your population decline?
Well, this is a very difficult challenge because you have two choices. He's either fund some kind of repopulation program to improve fertility and reproduction amongst the Japanese populace, or find some kind of policies and loosen foreign immigration so people from abroad can apply for Japanese citizenship and live in Japan, and in hopes to be in a relationship with a Japanese national.
Maybe you should be prime minister.
Yeah, I'll think about it, but I'm not gonna do it so soon in the next few years, because, well, you know by now that after I finish my final year at university, there's so much gonna happen with me. So I'm gonna be on high alert, and I'm gonna have a lot to say in the public at some point. Not so soon, but at some point when I'm getting jobs for whatever, and of course the project we're doing. It's gonna be very, very busy
Yeah, no,
next few years.
yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's like for the most part, you're gonna have a lot. You're gonna have a lot to do. It's like so like I definitely get it. But like, yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like, bro, it's like, look, I would say, either repopulate, like get people from other countries to come to your country so that you can have more kids. Yeah, they'll probably be mixed breeds, but they'll probably be mixed race. But like, bro, it's like, look, you got to improve your country somehow.
Exactly.
I don't know. Oh, maybe if you just want to predominantly keep it like Asian, get like get Asian people from like the United States, from other countries, and like do that, do something.
And like, it doesn't have to be just Japanese people. You could get Chinese, Korean, maybe Filipinos.
Actually,
Who knows?
that's a good idea. Like, shoot, I would say if you want to keep the, I would say if you want to keep the race like your race as pure as possible, like get like Koreans, get Chinese, get like Filipino people, get something, do something. Like, bro, it's like,
Yeah,
how are you gonna let your population decline?
exactly.
I was like, bro, we love those people. We love Japanese people.
Yes,
Like, why would you let that part decline?
exactly.
Ugh. They need a different prime minister than if they're gonna let their population decline. Actually, how do you become prime minister? Like, is there an age limit?
I'm not sure. Firstly, you have to be part of a political party in Japan, and I will say, from my foundational knowledge on Japanese elections and rounds, it's quite interesting in a good way. It's not just the day of election, go vote, and the person with the most votes wins. You know, Japanese, like a lot of Asian countries, they're very smart and efficient and very clever in ways that the electoral system in the nation works.
That's true. That is true. So I honestly do wish them the best of luck because like they need to have more children. That's just their problem. They need to have more children.
Yes.
But what else is in the news?
Spain announces 3.76 billion euros in new aid to Valencia after floods.
That's good. Hello.
Yes. Yes. Hello.
Okay. All right. That's good to hear. Like good for Germany.
It's
Sorry, I meant Spain. That'd be good for Spain. Okay, good. All right. Anything else?
yes. Oysters reintroduced to third or fourth appear to be thriving.
Oysters.
Oysters, yes.
Why are they thriving?
Well, tens of thousands of oysters released into the third or fourth appear to be thriving again after a century-long absence from the Scottish estuary due to overfishing.
Huh? Overfishing.
Yes, overfishing.
Wow. People fished that much that like there was nothing left, or barely anything left.
Yes, like there isn't enough of the oysters to reproduce compared to the ones that's being captured by fishermen.
So they would have to take a break from fishing with oysters in order
Yes,
to let the oysters reproduce.
yes, to have enough oysters to the point that it is sustainable to fish the oysters out to make whatever delicacies to be made out of the oysters.
So how long would the break have to be? Like a year or something? A couple months?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, got you.
As a rule of thumb, always wait at least a year for animals of all species to reproduce before you can hunt, fish, or whatever word it is used to gather food.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true because, well, at the end of the day, it's like, life needs to come from life in order for you to like continue to like eat that life. That sounds so bad, but it's true.
Yes,
Yeah, it's like life needs to come. Life needs to come from life. Needs to comes out of that life so that you can eat so that you can eat the next life. And it just is what it is at the end of the day. And for the most part, I say shoot. I don't see why not. It's like for the most, and yeah, it's like it's like you're just gonna have to wait. I didn't even know there was countries that did overfishing.
exactly.
Yeah, good for the oyster. Good for the oysters thriving though. I am glad.
Exactly.
So like now they can make whatever delicacies they want to make with the oysters.
Indeed.
But yeah, what else in the news?
Let's see. Vietnam says Temu, Shein must register with government or be blocked.
That's good. Like with their government specifically.
Yes, Temu, Shein, or whatever company making low quality products, they must register with the Vietnamese government, otherwise, they cannot sell whatever products they're selling to people in Vietnam.
I'm not gonna lie. I have used Temu once, but I never really bought anything off of it. I did hear that they do steal your card information.
Yeah, that's don't do that.
And Sheen, I'm not even 100% sure about Sheen. What is it like?
Well, I've heard from a lot of people, not just friends, but also family as well, saying that Shein do sell clothes at a very, very cheap price, but it comes at the cost of its quality. Like, they can break easily, and once you throw these broken clothes away, they can cause some harm to the environment. Like, they're gonna be thrown into wasteland or landfills or somewhere in the just
I see. I'll be honest, bro. I used to use Wish a lot, and it's like I'm not using Temu. I just don't trust it.
neither do I.
And Sheen, I'll be honest, Sheen sounds like more of a fashion brand than than an app that you use to buy random stuff off of.
Well, Shein sells mostly clothes, so it makes sense.
Okay, yeah, that does make sense. I didn't know they just sold mostly clothes. All right, that does make sense. And where does
Yeah.
Team? I wonder where does Temu originate from?
Last time I remember, somewhere in China.
Okay, I'm not surprised. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it did, but now that you just confirmed it, I'm not surprised.
It all makes sense.
Yeah, stuff like that does come from China. Plus, the name Temu just sounds like it came from China. I don't know where Sheen came from, however. Also China.
Maybe.
Yeah, not surprised. But yeah, it's like hey, Vietnam is doing what they got to do in order to protect their people, protect everyone, protect their country.
And the businesses that operate in that country.
Exactly. But what else in the news?
OpenAI's next-gen Orion model is hitting a serious bottleneck.
How come?
In certain areas, next-gen Orion is failing to impress compared to the existing GPT-4 model.
Shocker! And it's not that.
Yes,
It's nothing but much of a shocker, but it's a shocker nonetheless.
just stick to what you know.
Oh, you go on.
No, that was all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just pretty much stick to what you know. Yeah, it's like just I'm not surprised. You tried something new and then, it didn't pay off very, very good. So, hey, better luck next time, I guess.
Yep.
Better luck next time. And for the most part, I say this. I hope that they can bounce back from it. I hope they can. But for the most part, I say just stick to what you can. Stick to what you got. That's all you can really do.
Exactly.
Still be on. I thought you would have finished it by now.
Yes, I think that's it.
Honestly, how long have we been doing this for?
An hour
Yep.
and 15 minutes.
More than a fucking hour. It's like 9:11 here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh well. So what you guys been talking about?
Well, we've been talking a lot of stuff. There was FTX suing $1.8 billion, OpenAI's Oreo model, serious bottleneck, MTV EMAs happened in my city, and Taylor Swift, no surprise, have won a couple of awards, especially that song with Post Malone.
I'll be honest, I don't even know what that is. I don't want Taylor.
Taylor Swift in years.
Same here.
That's but only because she and I didn't really listen to. I wasn't really a big fan, if I'm being honest. I just heard on the radio. To be fair, I don't really listen to the radio much anymore either. I listen to it just because I'm bored. I don't seriously listen to it. It's background noise to me.
I think my sister
You
still
hear
listens.
about California might be, if California is going to do anything possible, it might even be willing to secede.
No, I haven't heard about that, but I have heard that California is wanting to pass some regulation that will affect gas prices.
Yep. I can see people of Sacramento, the right-leaning communities of Sacramento forming their own state. And leaving California and LA with its little fucking toss-up and let Sacramento be its own state. Let all the farmland of Sacramento and all the industrial areas of Sacramento be under that state, and let California be its little shellhole, its little fucking shellhole. So what else do you think is going to happen? You hear the fact that Stormers effectively went abroad to France instead of actually doing it in the UK.
Oh yeah, I've
The
heard about
remembrance
that.
ceremony. Am I wrong to think that maybe we should just fucking not celebrate not remembering these people, right? Let these people live in peace, right? Because let's be real here, the Britain that they fought in no longer exists. Hasn't for a long, long time. And the things that they fought for no longer exist here. They didn't fight for all these multicultural people, right? They fought for the white British people. Back then, Britain was a majority white country. The blacks were a minority at best. They've 1 point something of the population. These people didn't fight for these people. They fought for the pride for England, the pride of the UK. These people, it's just I feel like I want to know what these veterans actually think. What they actually want. Do they want us to keep celebrating these people, or do they want to just let these people live in peace and let them remember Britain as the way it used to be, not the way it is now? And I want them to tell us now before they pass away. I don't think we should be celebrating this. I think we should just let it be. I think we should have it. I think we should have, instead of making a mass semblance, I think we should all just do 2 minutes silence in our own time on the day. I don't think we should make a spectacle of it anymore. Maybe that's just me. But what do you guys think?
Well, the reason why people celebrate Remembrance Day is to look back to how we got to where we are today. Even though we've never lived in the same time frame as those who fought in both world wars, that led to the life that all of us are living.
That's what it's supposed to be, but it's clearly not that, Jamie. The politicians, right? They use it as a way to fucking one-up the people that serve, right? Disrespect them, right? The way they've treated this country, right? How can any of them be in their graves actually be thankful for that? How can the veterans actually sit there and be proud of that? You fucked them over. You fucked this country over. You fucked them up. Fucked this country up. How can we how can we literally just sit there and say, oh, everything's fine? When these veterans, they're not fine. They're homeless. Some of them are freaking being treated in horrible conditions. Some of the elderly, right? The state of them. I want them to share their own opinion. What do they honestly think? Do they think we fought for the wrong side? Do they think that literally the countries went to shit? I want to hear their opinions before they pass away. Maybe that's just me. What else do you think? Or is that up?
But
Okay.